What's up, everybody? It's your girl Lisa Marie. Today we're on an adventure to get an adventure lab done. I've been itching to get done. So in the meantime, I have a special guest today. We are with
DC 513.
Woo! She's a muggle, but not for very long. So follow along as we go find some geocaches and get some work done. You can zoom in too, and it tells you what kind of cache it was. It was a traditional. That's the navigate. So if you go over here to this button, that'll give you your location. And that little blue dot is where you're at. We made it to our first stop, the Sturgeon Point Lighthouse. We're at the Sturgeon Point Lighthouse. And I've been here before, but I'm on another mission today, and I came across these ladies. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Annabelle.
And Bev Sladen.
Bev Sladen.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Annabelle and Bev Sladen. Can you tell me any interesting tidbits? Schoolhouse.
Bailey School.
Bailey
It
School.
was originally built in a logging camp. That's why it's on the small side. And it stayed open for about 10, 11 years. The camp closed, they moved on, and so they thought so much of their schoolhouse, they wanted to save it. So they rolled it out of the woods, set it up on a nearby country road. Kids used it as a regular schoolhouse till 1941-42 school year. They closed then because people were moving away. The property owner used it for a hunting cabin for a while. And then in the early 70s, the Historical Society, the Alcona Historical Society, got involved and put a new roof on it, set it back up like a schoolhouse to get people interested in this little jewel we have. Where it was very isolated. It was being vandalized when no one was around. So they convinced the township to move it here in this location by the lighthouse so we could protect it. And that happened in 1998. One man, Mr. Rondo, and his son from Spruce took it upon themselves to do the project. And I kind of think about it as a giant Lincoln Log project.
Right.
So we've been taking care of it ever since.
Okay, and so since 98, you've been taking care of it?
Yes.
And you're open daily or
We're open on weekends, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all
Perfect.
summer.
Nice. We ventured around the grounds on this less than 58-degree day. We traveled on for about 53 more miles north where we came upon the old Presque Lighthouse sign. Here we will get a quick pic for info and a coordinate to mark this location. This will become one of the stages of this adventure lab. There were multiple places that contained valuable information on the area. I ran into an old boyfriend of mine and we shared a laugh. Now on to see the old lighthouse. I looked up the information on the old Presque Lighthouse. It is 30 feet tall with approximately 78 steps. As you can see here, this property has been placed on the National Registry of Historic Places.
Fifth largest lighthouse in Michigan.
Because what on the internet, of course don't ever believe what you see on the internet, but they said 10 to 4 for both, and that this was the oldest accessible, and then it was rumored to be haunted, right?
Yep.
Okay, and then the other one was the newest, or the new one, and it was the tallest.
Yes.
Accessible one. So we're able to go up there?
Yeah,
That's what I wanted to hear. I don't know if she does.
She does.
I'm in. She's maybe not.
Okay. No, I'm scared of heights.
You can take pictures from underneath, though. To the lighthouse.
There is.
You don't know. We'll have to count, eh?
Yeah.
You don't know that. How long have you been working here? Oh, wow.
Caught me.
Caught her.
Wait a minute. I know how to answer your question.
You got a brochure somewhere I can take a picture of?
Yeah.
Oh, we got a guest book to sign, too, so let's do that. 100 feet tall.
100 feet tall. And how many steps? That's
I'll just have to count it myself. I'm OCD. I can handle it. I'll probably lose track.
Picture of that. Oh. And
Oh,
then
okay, the
next
information.
page.
That's what
Yep,
I did at all
up.
the other stops, too. Let me decide a little bit better. Okay, thank you. Oh.
New and old.
Okay, that's what
that
the
one.
next one's going to look like?
Yeah.
Nice. And that was the old one originally over here?
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you.
Yep.
And another visitor's log was signed. We wandered around the bottom floor of the lighthouse, looking at the foghorn boxes and listening to stories of old. We then traveled outside, and there we came upon the bronze bell. We found out it is heavier than the Liberty Bell, weighing in at 3,425 pounds, and it was cast in 1896. She is a beauty. This one's supposed to be haunted?
The only thing I've heard is that there was a woman who died here, a lighthouse keeper's wife, and they don't know whether she was out here and didn't like it, or if she got locked in here because her husband used to go off and meet another woman.
Oh.
So I don't know what the true story is, but
This was my first lighthouse that I've ever been in, and while the views from 30 feet up were beautiful, I was ready to go on to the new lighthouse. I grabbed a few more photos, and then I had to prepare for the descent back down the tower steps. I had to be careful descending these steps because they were no joke. Farewell, old Presque Lighthouse. You were a pleasure to visit. We headed down the road and discovered the front range light, so that was another pick and coordinate for another stage of what is turning out to be an epic exploration into the history of this area. We began driving, but something caught our eye, another breathtaking view of our beloved Lake Huron. While we were there, we discovered the fog signal building. It would make the cut for another great stage in this adventure lab. Now off to our final destination in this amazing adventure. There's my sign I need right there.
There's your sign.
There's my sign. Right there. A quick stop at the kiosk and the final stage of this adventure lab was set. I had to hurry for time was running short to go up this 113-foot tower. The towering lighthouse was magnificent in all its glory. The last visitor's log was signed for the day. It was very interesting seeing the artifacts located here. It was so worth the trip. I highly recommend visiting this area. We again roamed around the grounds, and there was so much to see. We learned here that Lester R. Nichols II played a monumental part in the acquisition and development of the Presque State Harbor the 1840 lighthouse, the 1870 lighthouse, and the range light for use as public parks. Now off to learn about the 1905 Keeper's House.
Okay, well, it's called the 1905 Keeper House because the 1870 house over there became too crowded. They had the primary lighthouse keeper and the assistant lighthouse keeper. They both had families. And then when the foghorn system came in, they also had additional men to house. So they built this. They started it in 1904 and it was finished in 1905. Actually, it may have started in 1905 also, from April to the end of the year. So just months. Cost $5,000 when they built it.
Oh, wow.
So, and you'll hear all that as you walk through because we have a little
Little extra. Yeah, nice. Little guided tour. So how tall is the top of the lighthouse?
The lighthouse itself is 130 feet, 107 or 113 steps.
Okay, good. The other one is what, 57 steps? You know that? Okay, good. Oh, and how tall it was, but 100 feet. It's 100 feet, right? Right. Okay. Oh, we got our information straight.
Well, if you look over here at the picture, this is the Garrity family. And you have Patrick and Mary Garrity and their children. They had 6 living children. 5 of them became lighthouse keepers in the area. Between Patrick and Mary and Thomas and Anna and Kate, there were the family from the time they began in the old lighthouse, which was 1840. And it was run by Patrick at the time, until the family finished here in 1935. They serviced Presque lighthouses that would include the range light, the old lighthouse, and the new lighthouse for a total of 74 years.
So it is Presque and not Presque Isle.
It is definitely Presque.
Okay, thank you for clarifying that. I learned so much today. Can you tell me, I forgot to ask the other woman at the other lighthouse about the history about the possibly being haunted at the other one.
That I can't tell you.
No, you don't know the story on that.
I know that there was. I know that they still
Think that
tell
there
that
is. Yeah, is there a little bit more?
Oh, come on in. You have the whole house to see. There are 3 floors. You have the
There's my
upstairs,
guy.
this level, and the basement.
Okay, nice.
And you really need to see them all. They're fantastic. They have so
Right.
much history here. But this is Elmer Burns. Elmer Burns was the last lighthouse keeper for the United States Lighthouse Service. After that, it was taken over by the Coast Guard. So he wants to share a story with you, and then you are welcome to walk through the
great.
house,
Okay.
look around, ask questions.
Perfect, thank you.
I'm Elmer Burns, keeper of the new Presque Light from 1935 to 1954, almost 20 years. Actually, I'm not truly Elmer Burns, but I am a remarkable likeness of Mr. Burns, as you can see from the pictures here in the desk and upstairs. I was a wiki here during one of the busiest times of Great Lakes shipping. They called us wikis back then because we cared for the wicks in the lamps that were the light source for the Fresnel crystal lens on top of the lighthouse tower next door. During a typical shipping season from March through November, we would see over 8,000 ships go by Presque on their way up or down the lake, carrying lumber, grain, limestone, coal, iron ore, or any other material that was needed to support this part of our growing nation. The amount of shipping was increasing so fast and in all sorts of unpredictable weather that not too long after the new Presque light was first lit in 1871, it was determined by the United States Lighthouse Service that a steam-operated foghorn signal was needed here. That required more people to operate the boiler and the steam station, so this house was built to handle the additional personnel. The house cost only $5,000 to build back then, but would cost nearly $300,000 today. All materials were shipped up here by boat and offloaded at Presque Point. The house still contains the original bird's eye maple floors and the original Douglas fir trim and woodwork. The paint colors that you see in the walls today are the same colors as when the house was built. The furnishings in the room are not original, but they are from the same period. As you tour the house, you'll see what it looked like around 1915. Be sure to look upstairs and down in the basement. Both contain interesting artifacts from the early maritime history of the Presque Light Station. Enjoy your visit here and have a great day.
Have a great day. That was very nice.
Presque Township Museum Society was formed, and by 1998 they were given permission from the township, who owns the building and still owns it, to renovate it and take it back to the 1905 period. So when you walk through into the kitchen, you'll see there's a binder there full of pictures showing our renovations. There's paint chips on the wall where they had, when they started scraping things down, took the chips and had them analyzed, took them down to the last layer so that you have the original colors
Nice.
that were out there in 1905.
That's kind of nice.
So, yeah.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Even the radiators, these monster radiators, were covered in paint. Everything was covered in paint, basically. And they had to take them to Moran Iron Works and have them sandblasted. Yeah. So,
Check out this room here.
and downstairs, if you look right now, straight ahead of you in the basement, the cabinet there holds artifacts, not all of them, but some of the artifacts in there were done from Alpena Community College. And then what they did was they brought them in and did an excavation. So they dug under the privies, where
Yeah.
the privies would have been.
Right.
And so a lot of the things you'll find on the shelves down there were,
Where's from here? Stuff you found from here?
yeah.
I should talk about where they're
We do
all
ask
going
when you leave that you sign the register.
Okay, yeah, I didn't see it on the way in, but we planned on it. We've signed a couple already, right? Yeah, they keep track of. Wicker. Get some coordinates, but not inside the house. But this is really cool.
Look at this, is where she's talking about.
Oh, with the paint chips, yeah.
Yeah, it's how the walls actually look.
Oh,
They
yeah.
kept 'em. That's very cool.
Paint analysis. Nice. Okay. Got cookbooks, cherry tartlets. That's screenshotted.
Put on your glasses first.
Raspberry and currant, cherry flan, fruit pie.
That's a corner dedicated to Ralph Gates. He was the last Coast Guard lighthouse keeper. And actually, this book's in it too. This book has pictures of his children and who also used to live here in the lighthouse.
Oh, really?
And two of them are still in Presque, and they'll talk about what it was like to live here. It's
Live
rather
here.
cool, yeah.
I didn't realize that these things actually were supposed to sit into things, because like I have oil lamps. I never seen them in a, what is it, scone or scones or something like that. Yeah, that's kind of neat. People do you get, like on an average?
A lot less this afternoon. I think I got 6.
6.
21 this morning.
Oh, really? Wow.
So I guess people were looking for something to do.
This one has a comment section. That's cool. It's different than the other ones. Okay. Is there anything else? Okay, keep moving. Okay. You guys close at 4, right? You guys close at 4?
Yes.
We wandered the halls of this historical place in awe. I don't even think we made it to the basement, as we were running short on time. It was time for me to climb the tower. The winding staircase was made out of cast iron, and it was magical. It was like one you would see in the movies. Steps were many, 138, and anticipation grew within me, along with some giddiness that did somersaults in my tummy every step I went higher. Finally, I was at the top of this magnificent 113-foot wonder. Reaching the top of this lighthouse is not merely the end of the climb. It is the moment when every step and effort comes into view and the surrounding world opens up in all directions. From this height, the climb is seen as a journey of growth, each step contributing to the view now revealed. A special thank you to my friend Danielle for sharing this awesome day with me. Even though it was cold, windy, and raining, you were a trooper, and I love you for it. I also want to thank all of the volunteers that keep these historical lighthouses going. You are so appreciated. And I want to thank you, the viewers, for following along in this adventure with us. If you like the content, please like, subscribe, share, and follow. Until the next time, it's been your girl, Lisa Marie.
Happy birthday! Ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday from Applebee's to you. We wish it was our birthday so we can party too. Hey, happy birthday! Woo! Thanks, everybody.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, little Lisa. Happy birthday to you. I love you.